Okay, so Jesse, can you tell us about TribeHR, what your company does?
TribeHR is a human resources system for a small business that's delivered through software as a service. People can subscribe on a monthly basis, and we provide an end-to-end HR solution that gives them everything from applicant tracking to employee feedback and employee evaluation and vacation.
Thank you. And social media was a part of how you established the company, I understand, and how you got going. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, Joseph Fung and myself were the co-founders of the company back to just over 2 years ago. It was January. We sat with a bunch of whiteboards and other local entrepreneurs, and we're brainstorming ideas. And Joseph and I were a bit younger than the other guys, heavy into social media, kind of early adopters on Twitter, Facebook, that kind of stuff, always kind of checking out new technologies. We're throwing around the idea of a human resources system and the inadequacies around how they're delivered. They're largely big, bulky systems. So we kept toying with this idea and kept working on it. Brought in people we knew and had, like we've worked with before, and thinking, we build a modern system on modern principles in HR and just see what happens. We think we got a good business idea. So about a year later, we released a very clunky prototype, kind of beta. We called it the beta, and we never released a free version. It was got to pay for it. But our release was all of a few tweets, and just to see what the reaction would be and how we would grow. And it took less than a month to get our first paying customer. We did a lot of things around blogging and our site, and Joseph had done content management systems before, so inherently we know. And I used to manage the web space for the university, and so we inherently know a lot about social, like how to get your search engine optimization and get found by people. But in your early days, it's really slow. So we initially got our first customer that way and used social media to engage those customers, and in traditional email, and finding that email is not traditional, and just kind of grew from there, and looked at the recommendations, and a year later version 1 came out, which was just March of this year, and we're doing a heck of a lot more push in our growth from there.
Wonderful. So now you are applying social media in the operation of your business, in your connections with your customers. Can you tell us how you do that?
It's a relatively simple kind of strategy in terms of using Facebook, kind of likes through having a Facebook page, using things like our blog, which is probably our key tool, how we blog to drive traffic. Twitter, we use that just to engage people one-on-one and that kind of thing. It's a broadcast network. It's usually timely, so it's not as effective, but it certainly gets things out really quick. But generally, it's based around what we're doing with our blog and how we engage people that way, to get people to become customers. From there, we use different strategies on the blog, content strategies and things like that, to get organic search and get other things that we know have higher conversions to customers. And once they become customers, we continue that type of engagement with our back-end systems on our support site, and using Twitter again, and chat systems, and all kinds of other different ways of connecting with people that don't have to do with picking up a phone, or having a conference, or having these type of things. So you can engage more people in less time with these type of tools. So, but we keep those relationships with our customers, being the strong kind of dominant philosophy is it's kind of the new way, as it were. It's a very effective, cost-effective way, and easy to measure way of kind of dealing with customers from when they're just learning about us to when they're using us.
And social media also features in your product itself. Can you describe that?
Yeah, social media, again, was kind of the backbone of Joseph and I's thinking and how we're going to build this system out. Not necessarily being heavy Facebook users. I've never kind of got used to my mom being on Facebook. Or having that generation where my high school friends I hadn't seen in 10 years start finding me on Facebook. So I never was a heavy one there, but we see the value in that kind of thing, and with that type of interaction, though, knowing that everybody we know is on these systems. When they're using a system at work, they're expecting that type of interaction. They're expecting that type of system to be at work too, and it's not. So and especially in HR. So we everything we've built is around the principles, from having a content wall that gives updates on the status of the company, or what's happening between people and the interactions between people, very similar to Facebook's wall, to feedback systems, feedback mechanisms, and just a lot of sharing between employees rather than it being a top-down kind of broadcast from on high on what's going on. It's something that's accessible to people to see what's going on.
Thanks very much for talking to me today, Jesse. That was very interesting, and I'm sure will be of value to our students.
Good, thanks.
Thanks.